What up, world? Welcome to another episode of RMT, That's Real Man Talk. It's your boy, Stan the Man, coming to you with another great conversation piece on today. And before we even get started, I want to thank everyone for tuning in and taking out time of your day to join me on RMT. So before we get started, before we even get into it, hit that like button, hit that share button, drop a comment down below and let us know what you think about the content today, or if you have a comment about something that was spoke or said on this episode of RMT, go ahead and drop it below and we can have that discussion, all right? And so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. We are going to talk about jealousy today. That green-eyed monster named jealousy. And I'm no do you ever feel jealous of those around you? Have you ever felt that feeling of being jealous of someone? Do you ever find yourself being, resentful, or you feel some type of way because somebody succeeded in something that you didn't succeed in? And I know all of us have been down that road and have been through things and felt things that when certain things happen for certain people, it seems like it should have happened for us, or why did it happen for them? And sometimes it can lead to some jealousy building up. And one thing about it is that if we let that fester and we continue to let that build up, it'll be some hostility build up. Also, you'll be negative towards the relationships that's around you. And we can't let that happen. We can't let jealousy come in, sink in, and affect our relationship or just affect us personally because of different things that people have accomplished or different things they have experienced. And we feel like, and we think that we should get to experience that and we should accomplish those things. But one thing that jealousy will take you down, it'll lead to insecurity, and sometimes it'll lead to fear. And so we also find ourselves, when we start to get jealous, is that we start to compare ourselves to the people around us or that person that we think that we should be doing better than. And I think comparison is the thief of joy. If we start to compare ourselves to everybody and everything, we're not gonna never be happy. We're not gonna never be happy. So I think you have to deal with that insecurity inside of yourself first. Because you see let's say somebody get a nice ride. They get a nice car. Just say they get a Maybach, they get an Escalade, a Benz, or whatever you think is a nice automobile. They purchased that automobile. You had the same automobile all these years. They get something new. And it seemed like they got the Escalade, they got the Maybach, they got G-Wagon. They're getting all these automobiles that you saw in your dreams, and you wish you had it. You wish you had it. So you see them with it. When you see them with that, sometimes instead of it forcing us to work harder towards our goals and get what we need to get, it'll turn into resentment. Like, why they get that? Or you mad at them like, okay, well, they only got that because of XYZ. They only got that because their parents left them some money. They only got that because they sold drugs. They only got that because they got a PPP loan. It's always, they got that because of. When you get that because of in your language, when you get that into your language, it starts to break down whatever you think about yourself, and you start to elevate other people around you because you think they're better, you think they're more talented, and you think that once they get to the point and they start accomplish those things and get those material things, you have a sense of urgency to feel like, I should be getting it too. How should I get it? And you'll start to do things that don't necessarily line up with your character or line up with your personality, because you feel like, you know what, I got to get there fast. And the only way for me to get there fast, I'm going to have to do something illegal in order to get the material things I want, in order to get those finances that I want. And we go outside of our character and do something outside of who we are in order to for people to think that we have this and we have that. And so we won't feel jealous of the people that do have it. And if you don't start to fix those insecurities, the insecurity about finance, if you got that insecurity, go and work on that. And sometimes women, they can get jealous of other women if they got a nice body. Oh man, that's a BBL. You know, they got this thing how built, not bought. So instead of me buying my body, I worked out to get my body. Oh, my body natural. Oh, she bought her booty. She bought hers. She purchased her booty. She purchased this. She purchased her breasts. She purchased those things. And you'll start to get jealous because that's how she wanted to spend her money. Or you getting jealous because she made the sacrifices in the gym to get that body. She made the sacrifices in order to get to a place where she comfortable with showing off her body and doing this. Am I saying something wrong with that? No. If you've been working hard and doing what you need to do, you could show off the things you want to show off. That's just how it is. And I think that we as human beings, we get to the point where we don't want to put the hard work in. We want to take the shortcut to get what we need to get. And when we start taking shortcuts because we're looking at other people and what they doing, that'll cause us to put ourselves in a bad position that we don't want to be in. And I think that one thing that we really need to focus on is like where our mindset is at within this jealousy thing. Because let me read this right here. So if we want to combat jealousy, if we want to fight against jealousy, we got to understand what triggers us to be jealous of someone or a situation. And it's a lot of different things that'll cause it because, you know, it could be guys that's tall that's getting girls. We'll be upset. Oh, man, you getting her? Oh, man, he slept with her. I wanted to get with that. I wanted to sleep with her. And we'd be upset. Be like, man, I can't believe. Oh, he slept with her too? Oh, man, you know, some guys start making up lies how he gay or he got a disease. You know, just because they weren't able to do the things that he did. And we'll start making up excuses on why we not in that place because we didn't put in the work that they put in to get in the situation that they in right now. It's so easy to get caught up and be mad, be upset about people that's working hard to get in the position that you in. And so if that's one of the things that set you off, if that's one of the things, you find the things that set you off. So money sets you off, not having enough money. Are you looking back over your finances to see, okay, well, this right here where I'm messing up at? I didn't take care of my credit, right? I didn't get the job, or I didn't work enough hours. I didn't save my money. So I didn't put myself in a position to get some of the things this other person have. So you need to go back and check yourself when you start to feel jealous about a situation. You need to start going back and working on yourself because that jealousy leads to resentment and then it has to act. You know, it's one thing to dislike a person. That's cool. I don't like him. I don't like her. I'm not fooling with her. I'm going to feed him with a long handled spoon. That's cool. But when jealousy comes into play, jealousy has to act. It has to do something, either to that person or try to sabotage the situation that person has going on. And we will take and act on our jealousy towards someone else instead of using that jealousy to push us forward to our goals and things that we need to do. And if you get to that point where you're jealous, you need to start praying for God to change your heart about that situation, about that person. Because eventually you going to want to do something to them. Eventually, you're going to have to act on those emotions that you're feeling, and then you might put yourself in a predicament where you might be locked up for a long time. Or you might end up being deceased. You might not be here anymore. Or you might do something, you might mess up your money, you might mess up your credit, you might mess up family, you might mess up relationships that don't nobody want to fool with you or be around you anymore because of that act of jealousy, that resentment in your heart, and it built up so much to the point where you had to do something that was terrible. You had to do it because you didn't work the jealousy out in your heart that you had. Then you should have took and worked on you. That be our problem. Man, I'm gonna tell you, it's very easy to slip into a situation and get mad at individuals for doing better than you. It's easy. You can get jealous because someone speaks better than you. I can get jealous somebody got a better podcast, they get more views or whatever. You can easily get jealous if you're not focusing on what you need to be doing. Like, you got a whole family, you got a whole situation. And some people out there are in love with ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, ex-wife, ex-husband, ex-lovers. They so concerned about their life that they can't even deal with their family because they so concerned with somebody else. You in love with somebody else and you being in this relationship, you study thinking about them. Then the person that you with, now they jealous, they mad, and they want to do something. And it causes a lot of conflict. And we got to start to think about not only the situation that we put ourselves in, but the situation that we put the individuals around us in. And that's, people might love you. They might care about you. And the resentment comes because they might have more money than you. They might have the nice cars, they might have the nice rides, they might have all those things. But it's just something about when you come around, just who you are as a person, people are attracted to you. They're attracted to you because you got morals, you got principles, you got things that you stand on, and that the way you present yourself, people just automatically gravitate to you. And a lot of people get jealous off of that. You might not even have the most money. You might not be the best looking. You might not even have those things. You might not be able to speak well. You might just be an entertaining, and the spirit that you carry around is so powerful that people gravitate to you because of the honesty and the way you live your life. And people don't like that. Just take Deion, for example. You got Deion Sanders, head coach of Colorado, the Buffaloes, right? Head coach. First year head coach. The year before, the 2021-22 season, now 22-23 season, the Buffaloes they didn't win a game. They lost all their games. They didn't win. I think they won one game. I might be wrong. This next year, they are 3-0. They 3-1 now. It's 2003. It's 2023, and they have won 3 games more than they did last year, right? So now all this hype is around Deion. Not that Deion can't coach. Not that Deion wasn't a great player. Not that Deion can turn the whole team around, the whole program, turn it around in little to no time. It's not because of that. It's because people want to come play for Deion because of the way he treat people, the way he look out for the young men, the life lessons that he give the young men. Yeah, it's some views on YouTube. It's views on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, everywhere. Yeah, Twitter. Yeah, he everywhere. But because of the type of person that he is, a lot of the other coaches are mad at him. They can't stand it. Yeah, it's a little glitz and glam here and there, yeah. But for the most part, those guys are gonna go out there and play hard for Dion from the beginning to the end of the game. And you have that type of personality that people will do stuff for you that they won't do for other people. And when people see that, they upset. You don't even have to be the supervisor at the job. You can go to them and you can say, "Hey, can you do this for me?" Bam, you can get it done. Supervisor come ask you, they won't do it. Manager come ask you, they won't do it. But for you, they'll do it. Even if you are in a position of a manager or a supervisor, sometimes people, the way you treat a person and the way you move will make people not only hate on you because you got principle and you got values, they start to talk about you. That jealousy and resentment automatically build. So just because you're experiencing it, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I mean, there's a lot of jealousy and resentment of success, and not only just success, but you just being the person that you are and the way you carry yourself. So I think that when you're dealing with jealousy, you got to start to have an attitude for gratitude. You just need to be appreciative of what you have, because you appreciate everything everybody else has, not only like physically or financially or material stuff, but you also value who they are and what they do, instead of appreciating your situation. Appreciate the job that you at right now. Appreciate the money that you have coming in right now. Long as you're looking at somebody else, you can never appreciate truly what God is blessing you with. And long as you're looking at somebody else, you'll continue to have jealousy in your heart. You'll continue to have that because you looking at them and you appreciating everything they bring to the table and not you. I tell you this, just take out some time. Take out a little time to just appreciate what you bring to the table. Appreciate the things that you do. Appreciate the things that God has blessed you with. The gifts God has blessed you with. And I'm going to tell you this. There might be people out there that are better, smarter, faster, taller, better looking. They might be all those things. But you got enough faith to go out here and put your stuff out here. You be out here to be an entrepreneur, to sell your products. You got enough to go to college. You got enough to start your podcast. You got enough to start being a content creator. You got enough to go out here to be a doctor, lawyer. You got enough to get off the drugs and to lose your weight. You got enough to be in your children's life. You know, guys been locked up for years to go out there, and now I want to be in my children's life. I want to change all those things around. Some people are jealous of you just because you won't change. You don't want to be the same. I don't want to hang with my friends no more. I don't want to smoke. I don't want to drink. I don't want to party. I don't want to just blow my money on anything. People start to get mad because of that. So don't let the people that's jealous of you affect your life. And don't let jealousy affect your life and get you blinded about how precious your life is and the things that God bless you with. So I just want to say, man, remember, jealousy is a normal emotion. It is. A lot of it affect us in different ways, but don't let that consume you to the point and eat your life where you have to act and do some of the things that you regret. Some of the things that might cost you your life. Some of the things that you might do that push you and your family members apart. Y'all might not be talking to each other just because you let jealousy seep in your heart because of something you feel like you should be doing. Go out there and try to do it. Go out there and work on it. Because God has no respect to person. So the same thing he'll do for me, he'll do for you. Same thing he'll do for Sally, Sue, and Joe, he'll do for you. Same thing he'll do for Richard, Raph, Isaiah, he'll do for you. Same thing he'll do for Stanley, he'll do for you. Don't get jealous. Just get to work. So I just want to tell y'all, thank you for tuning in. Thank y'all for liking, comment, subscribing to all the channels. And listen, not all the channels on this channel, but if you want to find us after this, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Real Men Talk Podcast. Look us up. Hit that follow button. And look out for more content. Alright? Appreciate y'all. Peace.